with an average of 39% reported increase reported in the pilot counties. Lessons from that pilot: that robust primary health care system is the right vehicle to secure sustainable universal health coverage, and in this regard, we have invested quality time to prepare the full rollout of this program by the beginning of next year to cover the remaining 43 counties. And to this end, I indeed urge all our county governments and the Ministry of Health to conclude and sign the Intergovernmental Partnership Agreement by the beginning of next year. Fellow Kenyans, we have begun the journey to fulfill our pledge on the affordable housing program. Just last week, I commissioned the first phase of the project by the United Nations Office for Project Services that will deliver 100,000 units across our country. The affordable housing program will continue to deepen and accelerate access to housing far beyond our immediate target of 2022 of building 500,000 housing units, and set Kenya on an extraordinary path as Africa's first country to substantially address housing and social amenity challenges. Fellow Kenyans, the Housing Fund was one of the entities through which the delivery of affordable housing program shall be supported. The creation of the Housing Fund was informed by the need to bridge the gap between the have and the have-nots by creating a framework through which the traditionally unbanked can access finance towards home ownership. You all know that the implementation of the Housing Fund levy as a mandatory contribution for both employees and employers has at every turn been fraught with an avalanche of legal hurdles and obstacles. But we need to soldier on with this noble program. And in this regard, and to ensure that the implementation of the program is not derailed any further, I have directed and ordered that the Ministry of the National Treasury, as well as the Ministry responsible for housing, to move to Parliament for a revision of the legal requirement in respect of the Housing Fund levy to make the contribution voluntary, and this should happen with immediate effect. Fellow Kenyans, a nation that feeds itself, just like a family that feeds itself, stays healthy, stays secure, and stays united and indeed stable. We need to forge ahead to weed out the fragments of hunger in society and guarantee food and nutrition security for all. And this we must support by increased agricultural production of our major staple foods. We need to enhance earnings of our farmers, and we are going to continue to promote agriculture through structured trading by negotiating market access for our produce in international markets, and indeed restructuring our Kenya National Trading Corporation to better receive and manage farm produce. We continue to promote our produce abroad, to deepen markets, and further explore marine and aquaculture resources in consideration of the new global blue economy model. With respect to our cash crops, we are making every effort to revitalize and restore their contribution to our national life and assure the future of our coffee and tea in Kenya. We will continue to support tea farmers to enhance diversification of tea varieties, while also restructuring coffee value chains to stimulate productivity and value addition. We recognize that tea and coffee have been prime export products for Kenya since our independence. The increase in cotton production is also another key development within the agricultural sector. The revival of Rivertex and others that are following is providing a ready local market for our cotton. The manufacturing pillar of our Big Four also continues to gain momentum as we undertake bold steps in answer to my pledge. We have begun the journey to lay an additional brick to the realization of our commitment to create more opportunities for our people. Fellow Kenyans, foreign direct investment in industry are soaring, and the number of Kenyans gainfully engaged in this sector continues to grow. Indeed, in this context, I am happy to report that in the coming week, we will be launching the groundbreaking in the Naivasha Industrial Park and a major investment by a foreign investor in partnership with a local investor. Fellow Kenyans, we also note with satisfaction the safeguards that we have put in place to protect local industry and guard against dumping. These efforts are bearing fruits, and in that regard, and to further cement these gains, I continue to urge all Kenyans to buy locally made products in support of the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative, as it creates employment and allows incomes to your fellow Kenyans. Ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing in our pursuit to make Kenya secure and an attractive destination for investments. I am pleased to acknowledge that Kenya's ranking in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index improved once again this year to position 56 amongst 190 global economies. Since I assumed office, we have improved by 80 positions globally and remain on course to becoming the top 50 countries next year. As we build that momentum to achieve the top 25 status, and this we intend to do by the middle of the next decade. Fellow Kenyans, we should be proud of our achievements, because evidently no other country has seen such a sustained and large improvement in the ease of doing business over the same period. And this positive change has been most felt by our small and medium-sized enterprises who have benefited from our culture of being an open and listening government that is attuned to the needs of enterprise. The remarkable progress in the ease of doing business has been due to our reforms in the processes of establishing businesses, issuing construction permits, acquiring electricity, as well as the ease in accessing credit, paying taxes, and trading across borders. We have also increased investment in the energy sector, embraced ICT, and sustained the war against corruption. The institutionalization of these reforms will continue to cement and secure Nairobi's place as a diplomatic hub and Kenya as a whole as the steadfast economic powerhouse in Eastern and Central Africa. There is no